I don't think that blending in is the best way to document moments on a wedding day. Hi, I'm Carolina, a UK wedding photographer who loves documenting weddings with an editorial twist. Documentary style means that it's happening naturally, that it's not being directed, that I don't have to tell anyone to do anything. I'm just standing there in the thick of it, capturing moments as they happen. Anyone can say documentary style. But documentary style does not mean one is equal one. Documentary style means depends on the photographer. How do they approach the documentary style? What are they trying to notice? How close they get, how far away they get to stand, and so all of the candid moments, how they get captured is how your photographs are going to look. Documentary style is different for everyone. It depends on the focal length. It depends on where the photographer stands. It depends how far away they stand, how close they stand. Every photographer's approach on the documentary style is different. For me, I love coming in much closer. I don't like standing in a corner and hoping that things will happen in front of my eyes. I try to move around as much as possible, so I'm never from the same angle. Yes, that means sometimes compromising on a little bit of light, but if I can turn this in black and white and retain the emotion within the image, that is it. That is all that matters. In the end, I think what couples value most is the fact that you capture the emotion, and that's the main essence of the documentary style. So when I come in closer to guests, when I come in closer to bride and groom, when I come in closer to capture these moments, what tends to happen, what I notice, the photos, they seem to become more alive. I do come into the personal space of the subject, and I am well aware of it, so I know my limitations. But when I come into that proximity of a meter, or sometimes even closer if there's a lot of people around and let's say I have to squeeze through, then it kind of captures that vulnerability, openness, and extra emotion within the photo. So the photographs become more captivating, more emotive, and that's what I absolutely love about documentary style, about my documenting style. There is this quote by Robert Tappa, who was a well-known war photographer: if your photographs aren't good enough, you're not close enough. And I think about it so much. Every time I'm at the wedding, as much as a lot of people feel uncomfortable around having a camera in their face, I am aware of the fact that I am holding that camera and I am invading some of the personal space more or less. And that becomes my driving force, that quote I keep remembering: if you get in close, you're gonna capture that true essence of the moment. And it just keeps on reminding me and motivating me to just keep going and ignore my own feelings, how I feel. Sometimes we all, people behind the camera also, I imagine other photographers feel the same way, that invading space is uncomfortable. So learning to overcome this was a huge part of me growing as a photographer. It started off with me wanting to take the lenses that I could stand as far away from people as possible, but the more weddings I documented, the more weddings I photographed, the more people I spoke to, the more different angles and styles I tried, the more I realized that coming in closer and capturing these really super personal moments is just delivering the outcomes to the couple that they never expected to see. What I mean by that, I can easily shift from one position to another. Maybe it just means me sticking out my arm to the other direction, maybe from that. And it just means that I can very quickly, the moment changed, something happened, the bride and groom, or the bride hugging someone or someone else hugging someone, they shifted position. Originally I thought it might be one way, but then they just happened to turn around and give me back, so I needed to quickly shift my way around it. I can do that much easier than if I was to stand a couple of meters away from them and then something happened, they turned, they gave me backs. I missed the moments. And that I cannot deal with. No, that's one thing I could not accept. Like, I don't know how. I keep trying to think like maybe I need to step back sometimes, a bit more, like get out that lens, that 85mm lens, so I can stand further away and stuff like that. But in the end, when I think about these few moments that happen over every wedding that I managed to capture because I was standing in good enough position that I could move around easily, it just reaffirms everything. I don't know, I keep thinking, but then I keep coming back to the same decision that being up close to the couple, to the subject, is the best thing I can do. No matter how emotional the moment is, I know my job is to capture that moment no matter what. So knowing that job, that means I need to move quickly, I need to be close, I need to do everything I can to capture these moments, because I know that these are the moments that are going to be bringing couple back to the day, bringing back to those emotions, and allowing them to relive the day as it happened, with all of the tears, with all of the laughters, and all of the little comments and smiles and all of that. Yes, you can capture from further away, and I've done this many times, but this is as a last resort. This is the one where I am close to one subject, but I see something's happening further away. So then I grab my second camera and I'm capturing these moments happening further away. I get emotional when I get so close to anyone, really. I get emotional, especially when a ceremony happens. I love seeing their faces, and it feels so, I don't know, it feels very special. It feels like they trusted me enough. They feel like I am good enough for them to capture them getting married up close with, everything, like the ring exchanges, the promises, the way they look at each other, all of that stuff. It just feels very special to me, capturing all these moments, and especially that I get to go so close. That some family cannot even get this close as me. So it feels really special, not gonna lie. If you're planning your wedding, follow along. I share honest thoughts from behind the camera every month.